Hello and welcome to today's lecture on the elasticity of demand. Now let me talk about what does this word elasticity mean. It means the responsiveness. Now when we talk about the concept of elasticity of demand, it means that what is the responsiveness of the quantity demanded, responsiveness of quantity demanded to the factors that determine demand. Now the factors that determine demand, they can be many, as we have discussed in the previous lectures. Say for example, we have the price, we have income, and we have the price of related goods. So when we discuss the responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in price, it is known as price elasticity. If we discuss it with the change in income, it is known as income elasticity. If we discuss it, the change of quantity demanded with the change in price of the related good, then it is known as cross elasticity. Now let me discuss each of them one by one: price elasticity, income elasticity, and the cross elasticity. Now simply put, the price elasticity of demand is simply the responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in price. Now we can say then the elasticity of price is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded to the percentage change in price. Or we can write it like this: change in quantity divided by change in price with respect to price by quantity. Now one of the important things to note is that we will get a negative term on this change factor on this term, but we need to ignore this negative sign. Now let me consider a case. Say for example, we have a price of a pen. Say for example, the price of a pen decreases from 6 to 4, whereas the quantity, so this is P1, this is P2, and the quantity increased from 10 to 50. Now what is the price elasticity? Now what is the change in quantity? The change in quantity over here is 5, that is minus 5 divided by 2 into what is the original quantity, that original price, that is 6. What's the original quantity? That is 10. So we have to ignore up this negative sign, and we will get a negative 1.5, which is ignored. Therefore the price elasticity is 1.5. Now let me move on to the another concept of the price elasticity. When we talk about the concept of elasticity in case of a linear demand curve and the non-linear demand curve. Let me draw the two curves first. So taking quantity on the x-axis and the price on the y-axis. Also here taking quantity on the x-axis and the price on the y-axis. Let me draw a linear demand curve in the shape of this, and let me draw a non-linear demand curve like this. So for a linear demand curve, finding a elasticity is quite simple. Simply we can we can divide the quantity by the price and find the elasticity of demand. Now let me take some points over here. Let me explain what elasticity actually means. What are the different points of elasticity on this graph? Say for example, I take this point, and this. Now A, B and C. The elasticity of price at point A is equal to 0. The elasticity of price at point B is equal to 1, and the elasticity of price at point C is equal to infinity. So the elasticity of price between the A and B will be less than 1, and the elasticity of price between B and C will be greater than 1. So in this point we have infinity, and over here we have greater than 1, here we have 1, and here we have less than 1, and over here we have 0. So we have 5 types of the elasticity, and we will interpret these values in the next lecture. Now let me come here first. In this case we have a non-linear, sorry, wait a second. Oh, okay, it's here. So in this case we have a non-linear demand curve. Now in case of a non-linear demand curve, if we need to find elasticity between 2 points, say for example point A and point B, I use a concept of arc elasticity. If I draw an arc over here, so the concept of arc elasticity comes into play. Now as per the arc elasticity, the elasticity of price is equal to quantity 1 minus quantity 2 divided by quantity 1 plus quantity 2 multiplied by price 1 plus price 2 divided by price 1 minus price 2. Now suppose I am given like this. Let me use the graph over here. Suppose I am given that at the price of 500, the quantity demanded was equal to 100. At the price of 400, the quantity demanded was, say for example, 150. So this is my Q1, this is my Q2. If this is my Q1, then this becomes my price 1 and this becomes my price 2. Now the price 1 here is equal to 500 and the corresponding quantity 1 is equal to 100. Now the price 2 here becomes 400 and the corresponding quantity becomes 150. So using the price elasticity of demand, arc elasticity of demand, I can find elasticity between these 2 points as Q1 minus Q2, that is minus 50. We have to ignore the minus sign, divided by 150, divided by 250 into P1 plus P2, that is equal to 500 plus this, that is 900, and then P1 minus P2, that's equal to 100. So we get elasticity of equal to 1.8. So in this way we calculate